friends, Bill and Kate here. Welcome back. I'm going to pick up where I left off with the basic stick disarming kata. And again, this is a filing cabinet for basic disarming techniques. And you may recall in the previous videos as we demonstrated these to you, we took the opportunity to show you some advanced applications and alternatives. So you can experiment with those ideas under the guidance of your own instructors. Okay, so I'm going to recall what we've done up till now, and then we'll pick up from that point. So just to refresh everyone's memories, there's 12 sections to the form. Each one is a step, an angular diversion, a block, and a response. So number one, block, disarm, response. Number two, block, disarm, response. Number three, block, disarm, response. Number four, lock, trap. Lock, counter. Number five, lock, capture, lock, counter. Number six, block, disarm, counter, and if you bring the camera over here, and right over there, I don't want to shoot it to the right side. I'll reposition. I just did number six, number seven, disarm, counter, and number eight, I'm crossing back across the H once again. Block, low, disarm, counter. Number nine, disarm, counter. And that's where we stopped. Okay, so I'm going to have Bryan come out. Bryan, if you will. Say hi to our friends. Say hi to our friends out there. You come over here if you will. So he's standing on the long leg of the H. He's actually standing in the spot where I began the form. And I'm just about crossed over to the space that he's occupying. I just took care of his partner with a quick disarm and a hit, and he's going to come in with a number 10 strike. I'm going to have the camera look over my shoulder because I want you to see the challenge that this strike gives you. It comes in at an exotic angle, and it's much more challenging to block and also to predict, in its trajectory than the other strikes. So I'm here, I just this guy, I face to the front of him comes in. You see the angle. So he's going outside my center line, then he's angling back in. This is the line of my sight. And if you go back one more time, just let me see that. This is my head looking forward, it goes out and then in, and here's the vital targets. And the vital targets, in most cases, are the eyes. Now, you're the camera there. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm here, and you, the viewer, are looking at me as though you're being attacked. I'm here. It goes out of your view for a second, and it goes straight on in. Okay, again. So this presents some interesting challenges. And what I like to do here is I describe to people that you want to have excellent footwork with this, and you want to angle to a zero, we call it zero pressure point, where there's no threat of direct contact. You want to angle to a zero pressure point or a neutral point where you're relatively safe from the risk of contact with the tip. So he comes at me, and I'm here just having taken care of his plan. And I want the camera to go to my feet as he does it. It's just like I'm on a skateboard. And I end up in a position that resembles someone standing on a skateboard. Now, in my art, the the art of master architect, we call this a cobra stance. It's relaxed and upright, and it's very mobile. But it's a quick angular change to address an off-angle attack coming in. One more time. It comes in and out here. It's just like I slipped right by it. Okay. Now bring the camera in.
Battery's going.
Battery's going?
Yeah.
Okay, we had to change batteries just then. Sorry about that. But we'll pick up right where we left off. So you saw what happens with the footwork, the little angulation and the side step. Now, I want to have the camera come real close, right over my shoulder. Bryan comes in here. So here's the block. Again, the block is, I'm meeting it. Okay, now I'm going to have the camera stand over there at a 45 angle. I'm here, he comes in. Again, he comes in. Let's do another view of the camera from that side, if you will. Thanks. So you have, this is a complex move. So I'm here, he comes in, and I block. Now as I block, you see how my hand lays on top of his stick. One thing that happens with a lot of folks is that they sort of grasp frantically at the object that's coming in, thinking they have to really muscle it out to control it. You don't. You can have a very light touch. This is very internal, very Tai Chi-like. So he goes back, he comes in, and I'm here. Now watch what happens. Here's how I get control of his stick. I relax my body down, come around. So I swing him down and around. See this little pivot point I create in my hand? It's my thumb and my thumb on the bottom, fingers on the top. We used to call this the duck beat, or the J hand. So you might hear me call this the J hand. So he comes in once again. Here, I capture it, position it. Now right there, you see I've got his center line checked, and I have the option of striking. As I strike, I move to take his balance off to the side. See the angle? How it twists his body? You can do all that at the same time, or you can do it, in sequence, or you can string it out like a number of switches that you're hitting. You'll learn to feel all those things very intimately within yourself over time. You can do this almost any way that you want. Now, I'm going to give you a view of the whole move, so I'm going to just let the camera stay here. We're going to take a couple steps forward so you can see the whole move. I was sliding in. I'm here. I just did number 9. He goes to number 10. I go to the side, capture, and hit. Okay? Let's have camera over here, and so on, so we're good. Okay, so number 10. I'm going to do number 10 in its entirety. And there's sort of like a mantra here that you want to have going on in your head. He comes in. It's block, capture, strike, strip, strike. Okay, one more time. Comes in, block, capture, J hand roll over, strike, and watch the strip. You go forward after the strike, and you come back with your body weight. That gives you the power that you need to release it, and you close with the strike. Okay? And you will find, as we go forward with the next 2 moves, that same mantra holds true. There's a strike, strip, and strike, and we'll talk about familiar relationships at the end, which ties this all together, and give you something to think about in the future. I'll do this one more time, though, before we move on to number 11. Comes in, back, strike, strip, strike, and there's the strike. So that's number 10. Next, we're going to go to number 11. I just took care of this guy. And if the camera will come over here so my voice will be clear. I just took care of this guy. And we're at the end of the H. I'm now at the wall. So the next attack is going to come over here, in that direction. So I just finished this guy. I just hit this guy. And the next attack comes in. And you can see it's another angular attack. Okay, and I'm going to have the camera go over the left shoulder, staying right here. And as it comes in, it's another angular attack. If I don't move, it goes right on to the trajectory. So if I'm in front of you, the attack comes outside and in, outside and in, outside and in. So let's, I'm going to turn us around. I hate to do this, but I don't want the light, the bright light in the background impacting your ability to see this. So I'm going to have Bryan stand over here. If you will, right here. And then the camera's right there. Good. So look what you did there. So here I'm at the edge. I just did an 10. He does another 11. You see my footwork, just like before. Just put the camera on my feet, if you will. He comes in. The footwork. Now look at my body. See, I'm inside him. I'm on his center line. If I didn't have a stick, I'd be hitting targets. Then there's the possibility of disarms if you want to do disarms here. But we're working some very precise movements within the context of the story of the cop. So what I want to do is I want to block this with my stick. Part of the trick here is you want to learn the ability to block these off-angle incoming strikes. So I'm here, he comes in, I right. Again, he comes in, I right. It's like surfing. You almost feel like a surfer riding the wave. He comes in, I right. Now, bring the camera over here, if you will. I'm not just catching it with my stick, I'm catching it with both my hand and my stick. So if you watch, see, they're both working together. So if one missed, the other would still be effective. He comes in, now watch. Hand and stick, the hand captures. Again, hand and stick, the hand captures. I've got the quick counter right here. Right? Quick counter, and disarm. Disarm, off the counter, is a high leverage disarm. This is an advanced number 5 disarm. You might see reference to that in some of the other videos. It's the arm swings and your body weight goes to the other side and you've got the disarm effect. So the whole move. And I'll be silent here. I'm going to ask the camera to take 3 or 4 steps back so we get our whole bodies. I just did number 10. He sees the moment about 10. He comes in. I hit and disarm and then finish it off. That's the whole move. That's the whole sequence. He comes in again. Strike. Distraction hit. Disarm. Finish it. Final move, number 12, is I just took care of this guy, and we're going to return to original orientation once again, okay? So hope this doesn't mix you guys up, but we have a lighting issue we have to deal with. Okay, so Bryan's over here. I just did number 11, which is this move that we just did. He comes in, number 11, strike, strip, strike. Strike, strip, strike. Comes back on the other side. Now he's now taking the role of another attacker. So I just dealt with his buddy. I hear a sound, look over my shoulder. He comes in straight over the top. The angle. Strike, strike, strip, strike. One more time. I just took care of this guy. I hear the sound from the rear. He comes in. See the angle here? See, the angle helps liquidate or dissolve his power. So if he pushes hard, you see how the angle takes the power off your center line. So if he pushes hard here, anytime you angle, you're negating the power. So let's break this down into small pieces. I see him, he comes. This is the number 12 block that you've seen before. The number 12 block, within here, I capture at the X, first strike. See where it's at. We used to call this the snuff box because it looks like a little indentation there in the wrist. Okay, it's a very sensitive point, and you can read up on that in the medical literature. You'll understand why if you read up on it, but there's just not enough time to talk about it in detail today. Strike, strike. Now the rest is easy. The rest is exactly like you did with number 11. The setup is different, but the wrap-up is exactly the same. Strip, strike. Okay? I'll do it one more time, then I'll sort of recap, and we'll call it a wrap for today. So, I turn out, he comes in, block, strike, strike, strip, strike. Okay, so he goes back, he's out of the way. The ending of the form, you can end the form any way you want. What I like to do is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then a polite bow, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's like strike, strike, circle, strike, back, bow. Or you can bow like this, okay? All schools have different bows, and I respect that. So, I mean, if you're working this within the context of a school, respect whatever bow your teachers prefer, and if you're exploring these things, you know, for your own research, you choose for yourself how you end it, and you have my full approval. Now, I'm going to make one final point here. There's not a lot of time to explore this today, but it is a fact. All moves fall into certain families. If you take all the moves in the martial arts or all the moves in the defense using the sticks, over time you can identify maybe 6, 7, or 8 families. And as soon as you see a move, you know from experience what family it falls into. And this is nowhere more evident than in these last 3 moves. These last 3 moves in the disarm kata, or the breaking form kata, are moves all in the same family. And I'll just have the camera view me as I do them and see if on your own you can discern why I say they fall into the same family. So number 10. Strike, strip, strike. Number 11. Block, strike, strip, strike. Number 12. Block, strike, strike, strip, strike. So my vocalization of what was going on there was just to give you some hints as to why there's a certain similarity of characteristics there. Having said that, let's bring the camera front side. You probably noticed we used one camera today. There's only a few of us here, so we just had to make the best of what we have. A little bit closer. I want my friends to see me. Okay, this is what I look like. We'll do some finishing comments on this in the future. We'll put it all together so you can see it once again in its entirety. And then I'll touch upon a few of the subtleties, and then we'll move on. Till then.